What's up, everybody? What's up? What's up? What's up, people? Afro Joe here, Wiki Nation. Tell I can tell you, it's like always. Today we're gonna talk about this girl named Cam Brock. Felt bad for this girl because one thing about it is, you must have heard the story. It says black woman locked in psych ward for 8 days because cops couldn't believe she's a businesswoman. I'm pretty much just saying, like, I read the stories. There's several different stories to this, but there's two versions of it, but they're both the truth. But here's what it is: Cam Brock gets put over by the police department in New York City, and the police thought smelt weed in her car, so he impounds her car. Couldn't find no weed on her. Couldn't find no weed in the car, but he impounds her car. Next day, she goes get her car, and trying to get her car, saying she's a black woman, black businesswoman. She's been arrested for saying she's a black businesswoman because she works at a bank. And Barack Obama's following her on Twitter. Like, I can understand them looking at her like she crazy as fuck, but what happened was the police sat there, handcuffed her, take her to a psych ward. The doctors inject her with some kind of whatever knockout stuff, some knockout drug, and she just like knocked out, and she woke up and she was seeing them take off her underwear, fondling her, and she fell out again. She woke up in a road. All she did was go get her car, and then she ended up in a psych ward in New York City, and she sat there for 8 days, and they said she was unstable because, look, this is her profile, this is her Twitter page, and it says right there, Barack Obama. Now, President Obama does have a Twitter page, but he doesn't go on it. It's probably his handlers that actually does that, but it's his Twitter page. But it's like this: for her to be arrested because she's a black woman, yeah, that's more believable than anything else, especially in New York City. And for her to be locked up in a psych ward because she's a businesswoman, I think that's kind of bullshit. But it is what it is. Like, that's what happened to her, and they gave her a fat ass bill, over $13,000 in medical bill that she cannot pay. And I thought that was the stupidest thing they can do. She's a black woman, and she's a young black businesswoman, and she get locked up in the psych ward because the police couldn't arrest her. To me, you gotta think about it. They can't arrest this woman because they smelled weed in the car. If you smell weed in the car, for real, they didn't find. Look, they smelled weed in the car. They couldn't find it in the car, but they lock her in the psych ward the next day. Something ain't right for them to lock this girl up in the psych ward the next day. Now tell me something that I am missing to lock this girl up in a psych ward because she's a young black businesswoman. I thought that was bullshit for this to happen, and plus she's following Obama. One thing they didn't do was check out her statement. They didn't go on her Twitter page. They didn't see if Obama was following her. They didn't see if she was a black businesswoman. Nothing. They just locked her ass up in a damn psych ward. And now she's suing New York City for this incident. To me, I think she should sue, because it happened. Now I'm gonna read the story. What it says. Here's what it says: black woman locked in psych ward for 8 days because of cops couldn't believe she's a businesswoman. An African-American businesswoman from Long Island was drugged and locked into a hospital psych ward for 8 days because first police, then doctors could not believe her high-powered career was real. It began last September as a 38 former Citigroup banker, Cam Brock, drove her BMW through Harlem. The NYPD pulled her over, accused her of being high on marijuana, and impounded her car. No weed was found in her vehicle. The next day, she went I'm telling you what it says. It's like it is several. It's like if you go to several other places, put in her name. There's several other stores the same damn way. It say the same damn thing. That's no lie to it. It would say the same damn thing. But here's what it says. It says the next day she went to go get a vehicle and confronted an officer about her treatment. How she's been treated. She was forcible, seduced, handcuffed. She was sedated, handcuffed, and sent to Harlem's hospital. On arrival, she was locked up in a psych ward as an emotionally disturbed person. See, they did that to her. This is what she said. The next thing you know, the police handed onto me. The doctor stuck me with a needle, and I was knocked out. Brock's recalled waking up to them taking off her underwear and then went out again. Woke up the next day in a hospital room, but that wasn't the beginning of that nightmare. Kim frightened. 8 days over the One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. That's a movie reference, because there is a movie called The One That Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. It was actually a play, then a movie, and then okay. And this happened. This is what has happened to this girl. There's no lie to it. And he said, including the forced injection of a power seductive and demanding she down dose of medicine recording. I'm saying, okay, they saying that she was crazy as bad shit for being a black woman with a good career, and that's all it was. She told the doctors about her job, that President Obama follows her on Twitter, both of which are true. They argue she was demented, like they saying she was bipolar, schizophrenic, sedate her and keep her in treatment for more than a week. The New York Daily News was able to gain access to the Harlem Hospital treatment plan for Brock, which reads, object, patient will be verbalized and promoted for emotional, for educated or formal. Like what they're saying was that she's gonna sit there for employment and will state that Obama is not following her on Twitter. The patient's weakness is that she's crazy and she's unemployed. What they're trying to say is she's crazy, she's delusional, and that she thinks she's got a job, and Obama's following her on Twitter. By as Jay Hathaway over at Gox point out, in reality, Barack Obama's Twitter account, which is not actually run by President Obama or even the White House followers, it says the account follows 640,000 people, including Barack. One way to test the reality may have been to look at it, which is public, because everybody's Twitter account is public. I'm gonna put this story in the description box. And I thought it was kind of bullshit. They didn't really check to see if this girl was mental or nothing. They just did this because she's black and got a fucking career. And I want to know what y'all think down in the comment section. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Tumblr. Subscribe to my channel, CeeLo Jr. 2, CeeLo Jr. 3. The story will be in the description box. Tell me what you think. Holla at me. Peace, love, and Afro Grease. Share this with everybody. Share it. Peace out. Girl Scout. Yeah. Yeah.